It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Master elements. Master elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who are competing for the ownership and control of resources, wealth, and power.
It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
Peace, family. What's good? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love, the Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl. We are in the digital building. What's going on, everybody?
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sincere Love, the Godcast. Sundays episode. I feel
That's
great.
right.
How about you?
I feel fantastic.
Over there yawning.
In spite of the
You
yawn.
sound tired. Over there yawning.
In spite of the yawn. Yawning, contrary to popular belief, yawning doesn't mean that you're tired. It just means that you need a little more oxygen. You know what I mean? That's
See,
all.
I
That's
learned
all.
something today.
That's all yawning means, contrary to popular belief.
I learned something today.
But no, I'm actually great. I'm not tired at all. I'm still doing my intermittent fasting and all of that. That's been going well. I lost, I don't know. I'm fluctuating now. It's like once I hit that 10-pound mark, one day it'll be like, okay, you down 11 pounds, then go back to 9.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm fluctuating right now 2 or 3 pounds, depending on, I don't know, what time of day I get on the scale. I don't know.
But how you feel though?
Yeah. Now I feel wonderful. I feel great. Definitely way more energy. You know, I'm acclimated to the one meal a day. Like I might not even go back, you know, for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I've been working out consistently, you know, getting it popping. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to 2025, man. This is Project 2025 for me right here, man. New body. You know what I mean? New mind, new body. Project 2025. That's my project 2025. How about
I
you?
like that. I like that. Well, also before we get into it, I want to send a big congratulations to our brother Riza Islam, who tied the knot yesterday. Congratulations
Mm.
to you and your beautiful wife. Cheers to joy, happiness, and abundance for both of you.
Congratulations to Reza. I didn't even know Reza was engaged in nothing like that.
Yeah, I thought you knew about that. He's been engaged, I think, for a year or two or so. Yeah.
I might have forgot about that. I missed the
Yeah, well, he
announcement. I
tied
don't
the
know.
knot yesterday. He did tie the knot yesterday. So congratulations to our brother. You know, yeah, a lifetime of love, happiness, and joy to you and your beautiful bride.
That's dope. That's dope. You know, we love to see that.
Yep.
We definitely love to see that. Um, you know what? I don't know if y'all had a chance to check out this week. I had dropped a new freestyle
Uh-oh.
for y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't been rhyming in a minute and shit. I said I gotta put something out there, man. You know, I dropped a little freestyle over this. Actually, should I play it on here? I can't play it on here, can I?
I don't think so. You
Uh,
know,
I can't play it on here. I was gonna play it for y'all, but now I can't play it on here. That's gonna mess the
y'all know
stream up.
YouTube be tripping.
Yeah.
But,
But it
but
it is it
you can
is on the
follow.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on YouTube and it's also on his IG and my IG. So you guys can, head on over to YouTube. It's there on his Sincere Love the God cast
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
And then
Go to
also
YouTube.
on his also
Nah, go
on
to
IG.
YouTube. Nah. Go to YouTube.
Go to
I just
YouTube
put
on.
the I just put the clips on IG to send y'all to YouTube. So go to YouTube and run them numbers up. I'm gonna drop the link right here in the chat for y'all in case you didn't get a chance to see it. Even if you did get a chance to see it, leave some comments on that joint. Make sure you hit the like button on that joint. Leave some comments on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about the bars. You know what I mean? It's called the Lost Forever Freestyle. Those of y'all that might be watching this on the replay, it's the Lost Forever Freestyle. It's available on my YouTube channel, Sincere Love to God. Y'all go check it out.
Right now. Well, not right now because we have this, but make sure you go run over there after this.
Right. All right. But we got an interesting show for y'all today, man. Y'all know how we do this on Sunday. Oh, by the way, before we get started, need everybody to hit the like button as y'all coming
Yeah.
up in here.
And do the
Smash
YouTube
that
stuff.
like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live right now with another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, you might be watching us from Facebook or whatever. Make sure you're going over to YouTube, Godcast Enterprises. Godcast Enterprises on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new content on this channel. Shout out to Timothy Taylor in the building. Mama Love in the building. Peace. What's going
Hello.
on? Janet Jackson has mostly black males in her family, and they likely told her about Kamala Harris's race issues. That's what we're gonna be. We're gonna get into that
We're gonna get into
on
that.
today's episode. There's been a lot of backlash on our sister, the great Janet Jackson, the Queen Janet Jackson, the iconic Janet Jackson. She did an interview recently. I guess she's gearing up to release some new music and stuff like that. And she did an interview with The Guardian. And they had asked her something about Kamala Harris, and she made some comments about questioning whether or not if Kamala was black or whatever. And that sent the media in a frenzy, social media in a frenzy. All of the Democratic shills are having a fit out here, and they calling themselves canceling the iconic Janet Jackson.
And Kamala just came here yesterday. Like,
right.
We're canceling the icon Janet for someone that just came and became black yesterday.
I'm like,
crazy.
Who raised these niggas? Who raised y'all niggas?
Right.
Where did y'all niggas come from?
It's crazy.
And so that's the main topic for today. And we got other stuff that we're going to touch on too. But let's just talk about that, man, since people in the comments seem to want to get right into it. Let's just talk about that.
let's get in there. And also, I just put in the materials, the person who did the interview. So, if you want to pop
Yeah,
her up there,
I'm glad
right,
you
let's
did.
pop her up there. The person that actually did the interview. What's so disturbing to me, is the shillbillies, as our brother Great Black Shark calls them. And so the hillbillies said the shillbillies. Um, it's the disrespect, and mainly from D.L. Hughley. And I understand that he's a comedian and no one is above, kind of, getting,
This
you
ain't got nothing to do
know,
with comedy.
yeah, it's just, well, no, because he's going after Janet.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't got
Like,
nothing to do with no comedy, though. Is what I'm saying.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm, and I know that that's what the angle he will go with it. Well, I'm a comedian because that's even though, he's being disrespectful, right? He'll angle it as, well, that's what I do. I shoot on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do.
But you
I
don't shoot on
battle
you don't shoot on Kamala.
at all,
Where's the
at
Kamala
all.
joke at?
Like,
In order
it's
to in order to be a comedian, you have to be funny.
imbalanced in your comedy.
I don't think DL's funny. I don't know about y'all, but I don't remember the last time I
Um,
laughed at DL joke.
I'll say this. I've seen him live, I think twice, and not because I went to the tapings back in the day of Comic View, and
Comic
he was the
View.
host at the time. What he's good at is hosting, and when he's bagging on people, like he's a good bagger. But it's just like holding the attention of an audience for a full on stand-up show. He wouldn't hold my attention. But him just shooting on people, you know what I'm saying, in the audience here and there, that part is funny. That's all he can do for me.
Yeah, I don't know. DL's not funny to me at all. He's very
Maybe that's why
corny
he's
to
doing
me.
this.
As a matter of fact, I don't consider him to be a comedian. I just consider him to be the Democratic shill that he is.
But he was on the Kings of Comedy.
Okay, and
I don't know why.
he was on
Again,
Def Jam. He was on a lot of
yeah.
things. He was on a lot of things. Who knows? What doors you had to go through to get on them stages. I don't
Ooh,
know. I don't know how
ooh.
some people make it to where they got to. I don't know. There's all type of stories and rumors about how people with less talent actually
Mm,
make it in the business. I
right.
don't know. I don't know what DL had to do. That's his private business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But he is definitely the main one out here
Lord.
attacking Janet Jackson and shilling for Kamala Harris. But this is the journalist that did the interview with our sister Janet Jackson for the Guardian, right? It was the
Yep.
Guardian.
Is it? Yeah, it is the Guardian. It's the Guardian.
So it was one of Kamala's fellow. What do you call it?
Indians.
Somebody from her heritage.
Yeah, an Indian.
It was one of her kin folks. How you say her name?
Nasheen. I can't say that last name. Now.
Let me see if let me give it a try.
Iqbal. Iqbal. Iqbal.
Iqbai.
Iqbal.
Nasheen
Nasheen.
Iqbai. I think I'm saying it right. Nasheen Iqbai. She's the one that did the interview, and it seemed like a hit piece to me.
It was
Just based on even the headline and all that. You know what I'm saying? It was like they kind of like they was trying to set her up. Like it didn't seem like a glowing article about the return of Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It didn't give the proper respect that is due to somebody like a Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. But you got the Guardian article pulled up?
No, I don't. Let me pull it. And what's crazy too is how she worded it. She asked an open-ended question, and she was like about her being black, and she said, "I don't know. I heard that her father was white or something like that." That's pretty much the long and short of it. So she never came out dissing Kamala or questioning her blackness, if there's any. But she did basically speak on what she heard, and that was it. And that's where the uproar started. World War III began because of that.
I think they changed the headline actually.
I'm looking for
The
it.
headline says, "I should have listened to those around me." It's a quote. I shouldn't have listened to those around me. Janet Jackson on Michael, motherhood, and how she's taking back control. Even that headline is like, huh?
Oh, there it is.
But
Yeah.
I thought I saw a different headline when I looked at it earlier.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
but
Is my audio good?
yeah, you're fine for now. My thing is, if we're talking about, motherhood and taking back control and all these things of her career, I'm assuming, life stuff, whatever. Why did Kamala come up? Why are we asking about Kamala?
Yeah, I don't even know why they asked her that question. What that had to do with anything? It's like, it's like when Usher was on The View last week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's there to promote whatever he got going on, and they try to put him on the spot. Well, don't you think everybody should be supporting Kamala right now? I mean, yeah. Usher was like, whoa, I don't really get into all that.
Right.
People vote who they want to vote for. I ain't really here to push nobody's campaign. I didn't get a check. I didn't get a check from Kamala and them. So
period. And if I did, but my thing is too, they get upset when people bring up her not being black. Yet you are race, period. But yet you guys are the ones who keep bringing up her race or ethnicity. So we have the right to, see with our own eyes what we see. We don't know a lot about her father at all because he's never, they don't wheel him out. She doesn't do much talking about him. But you guys keep talking about her race and ethnicity, so we have an opinion about it.
Yeah, it's kind of gaslighting. It's kind of a gaslighting thing that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the details are real sketchy about her background, especially her father's background. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this though, and this is me, just based on what I have seen and learned about her father's background. He got some black in him. You know what I'm saying? We know that he's a descendant of Irish slave owners as well. But he obviously got some black Jamaican in him also. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that.
He ain't foundational black American.
That's the thing. Okay, fine. Y'all, that's arguing about that and putting people in a position like what they did with Janet is just a way to kind of dismiss people. You know what I'm saying? That's a way to just discredit and dismiss people. Like, oh, you sound like MAGA. You're listening to these right wing talking points. You're pushing right wing talking points. That's an easy way to just brush people aside and kind of discredit their opinions if they have a negative opinion of Kamala Harris or the Democrats in general. Oh, you just pushing
about
MAGA.
saying she's not black though, because I don't feel like that's negative either. She is who she is.
Janet didn't say anything negative.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm saying people in general, us saying or anyone saying that she isn't black, she's an Indian woman, whatever. What's negative about that?
That Janet didn't say nothing negative. She didn't diss Kamala at all.
No,
she was asking questions. In reality, she was kind of just asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I don't know. From what I heard, she's not really black, is she? Like, they said her father's white. Like, I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. I don't be watching the news like that, but that's what I heard.
So my thing is, for the Shillbillies, why didn't you guys read the article instead of attacking her? Because clearly she said nothing wrong.
Oh, they read it. And I'm gonna scroll down to where they talk to that part, and I'm gonna read it for y'all. For those of y'all that didn't read it, let me scroll down. Y'all can chop it up while I'm looking for this.
All right. Well, again,
who else was? What other prominent people was out there attacking
honestly,
Janet
there
on
wasn't
Twitter?
really anyone prominent, like to be honest. It was more, a bunch of tethers and stuff like that. But someone that really has any prominence or a real voice, I haven't seen. I haven't even seen what's his name, Bowling Ball Head, say anything. The loudest mouth on the topic has been DL for me. And he decided, to start the disrespect.
Oh, Roland said something?
No, I haven't seen anything that he has said. But Roland has me blocked too, y'all. Roland has me blocked. and no one has shared anything that I can see, but he has me blocked.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was on my end or what, but you was breaking up a little bit when you was talking.
Oh, let me make sure I don't have any tabs open. Hold on. And I do a lot of them. So let me.
Yeah, see? Now I can't. Oh, we lost her altogether. I think she might have hit the back button or something. But she'll be right back. She'll be right back. Let me read to y'all some of this article from The Guardian so y'all can see what we're talking about here for those of y'all that don't know. Shout out to our sister, some chick named Star in the building.
My
PD that
cousin.
remains. I see you. Pretty down to wordsmith. What's going on? FBA Chill Will certified. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all make sure that y'all are liking and sharing and all of that good stuff too, please. So it says we moved on to talk about the state of the nation. Jackson brought politics directly to the pop consciousness with Rhythm Nation, which addressed racism, poverty, and inequality, all issues just as urgent today as they were 35 years ago. She is a prolific social media user and has used her profile to support Black Lives Matter, to bring awareness to the police brutality. Does she feel despondent about how slow change is coming, or is she hopeful about the future? Well, there's all this child trafficking. This is a quote from Janet. Well, there's all this child trafficking crap that's going on and sex trafficking crap. You know what I mean? That wasn't so prevalent then. It's a strange about turn, not least because of the many allegations of child sexual abuse made against Michael, but it is also the most forceful she has been since we sat down. Excuse me, y'all. Let me let y'all know where that quote ended at. Because hold on. So this is the quote. Well, there's also this child trafficking crap that's going on and sex trafficking crap. You know what I mean? That wasn't so prevalent then, unquote. And then the Indian lady says, it's a strange about turn, not least because of the many allegations of child sexual abuse made against Michael. So she's saying, you know, when she asked her about how she feels about racism and all of this stuff, you know, since, you know, she's kind of been supportive with certain activism in her music and on social media, she asked her about it, how she feels about the state of things now. Janet goes, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on about a lot of this sex trafficking stuff. That's what she was trying to bring the attention to. She was like, I don't know what's going on with all this sex trafficking out here. You know, we wasn't seeing it that much back then, but it seems to be a lot of that going on these days. And so the woman doing the interview uses that to bring up Michael Jackson allegations,
which he's never, ever, ever been found guilty of, ever.
Right. And so the way she's characterizing Janet's comment there, it's a strange about turn, not least because of the many allegations of child sexual abuse against Michael Jackson. So she's basically saying Janet got a lot of nerve bringing this up when her brother got all these allegations against him. That's basically what she just said.
That was a shot. That was a shot.
That's exactly what that was right there. And so, but it is also the most forceful she has been since we sat down. Quote, at least we didn't know about it back then. I don't think we did we? Not really. I think it's really now out in the open because it's like $1 billion business and all of that crap. Stuff that Michael ain't, right. This is stuff that Michael ain't had nothing to do with.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? These are big political figures, corporate figures, and so-called philanthropists and all of these people who really got all of this stuff going on out here. Who's making these billions of dollars? When you're talking about this is $1 billion business, we ain't too many black billionaires out here. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what internet rabbit hole she's been going down. But before I can ask, she moved on. So listen to what she's saying.
Right.
She's dismissing. Jenna is bringing up this sex trafficking stuff, which is a real thing that's going on out here.
A real issue.
It's a big issue. And she's trying to make her out to be a conspiracy theorist. First, she said she got a lot of nerve to bring this up, being that Michael Jackson got all these allegations against him. And now she's saying, I don't know what rabbit hole she's been going down on the internet. This is not no internet. Right. This is not no internet conspiracy theory. Right. This is what's really happening out here, especially with these open borders and all of that.
Right.
The human trafficking and the sex trafficking, the organ trafficking, all of that is real heavy right now in real life.
In real time.
Talking about, I wonder what internet rabbit hole she's been going down.
This was a setup.
On the
Janet was set up.
Right. And they sent another Hindu who find out who's her spouse while I'm reading this.
Okay.
This Hindu woman. On the Rhythm Nation album, for us, it was about, this is a quote, y'all, quote from Janet. On the Rhythm Nation album, for us, it was about making a difference in kids' lives, a teenager's life, from them taking this path with drugs and going down the wrong street to trying to make something of themselves, unquote. On the record, she sang about joining voices in protest to social injustice and pushing toward a world rid of color lines. I wonder where she stands on the forthcoming election. After all, I say, America could be on the verge of voting in its first Black female president. So she brings up the blackness of Kamala. The interviewer brings that up.
Yep. Not Janet.
Where else did that just happen at recently too? It wasn't the Usher thing. Damn. Another journalist just did the same thing to somebody else recently. We could be on the verge of electing our first Black president. How you feel about that? Isn't that a big deal? Somebody else just did that. And I can't think who it is right now. But anyway, so she brings up Kamala's alleged blackness, right? She said, after all, I say, and America could be on the verge of voting in its first Black female president, Kamala Harris. Janet says, quote, well, you know what they supposedly said, question mark. You know what they supposedly said, This is not Janet saying this. She's talking about what people are saying. So obviously in her mind, she has questions like, you telling me we about to elect the first Black woman president and all that. Are we sure? And it's okay to ask questions. Are we sure this is what we're talking about here? Are we really about to elect the first Black female president? Or is there something else going on here? Because it's very hazy about this woman's actual identity. Right? So she says, well, you know what they supposedly said, she asked me. She's not Black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. She looks at me expectantly, perhaps assuming that I have Indian heritage. So I don't know. This woman actually apparently has a sketchy background herself. She's not Indian, or she is. She looks Indian to me.
She's Arab.
Her name sounds Indian to me. I don't know. She's not a foundational Black American.
She sure ain't.
Just like Kamala. And that's the thing. Okay, Kamala might be whatever y'all trying to make her out to be, but she's not a foundational Black American, meaning she doesn't have any ties to this land. All of her family, on both sides of her family, are immigrants. They all came from somewhere. She doesn't have lineage that connects to the foundation of this country. So she's not like us. And so just a little couple drops of melanin don't mean we automatically got to support somebody. Okay. She says, she looks at me expectantly, perhaps assuming that I have Indian heritage. Well, she's both, I offer. She said, her father's white. That's what I was told. This is Janet. Quote, her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. She coughs. I was told that they discovered her father was white. So obviously, Janet doesn't have all of the information. Yeah, she doesn't have all of the information, but she's like, there's questions out there. So, are we sure?
But she never accused her of not being. She specifically said, that's what I heard.
Right. She's not, she's counting the questions that people are asking. She's saying people are asking questions about this blackness that you're talking about. So I don't know. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Do not let them shame you about asking questions. If you're trying to tell me how black she is, why are you going out your way to tell me how black she is? You don't have to do that with black people. When somebody's black, especially a foundational black American, you don't have to go out your way to keep pointing that out to people.
Right.
We already know. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has to keep telling you the best basketball player in the world, LeBron James, is black. Nobody got to keep pointing that out to you. The black guy, number 23, nobody has to keep pointing that out. We clearly see, we know he's black.
We have several videos of Kamala acknowledging her Indian heritage, her, Asian heritage, whatever. But I don't hear her ever outwardly and loudly and proudly say that she's a black woman. I have not heard that.
I have.
I hear everyone else saying it, and she might agree. But she doesn't say, I'm a black woman.
She says she's black more than one time. She has. She says she's African American. She says she's black. She says she's proud to be black. She has said that. And I know a lot of people. She's not a foundational black American. She has said that though. I'm saying that because I've seen that. So I'm gonna be honest. I have heard her say it in interviews and stuff like that. She said it on the Breakfast Club when she was talking to Charlamagne. She says she's black and she's proud to be black. There's even older articles from, when she was running for Senate and all of that before her presidential campaign, where she identified as being black or African American. I have seen that. So I ain't gonna lie on the lady. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is she only does it when it's convenient, when it's politically expedient.
Mm-hmm.
When it's politically expedient, oh yeah, she'll acknowledge it when she needs a black vote or something.
Right. So what does her black then have to do with us and what we need as foundational black Americans as it pertains to policy?
That's the question. That's the real question. And that's the thing when I would say to the Janet Jacksons and these other celebrities, when y'all get out there doing these interviews and they throw that stuff at you, you don't have to go back and forth with them about whether she's actually black or not. The question is, what is her blackness going to do for black people?
That's it.
Since she's so black, okay, how does that benefit black people?
Right.
That's the real question.
Because with Obama, it didn't benefit us.
Right.
He was just black for 8 years. That's all.
She says Michael Jackson got in Trump after being interviewed by a Pakistani, and now Janet after being interviewed by an Indian. Good point. Good point. And I don't know what this woman is. She might be Pakistani or something too. I don't know where she's from.
Right. I don't know. And I couldn't find a husband, by the way.
Okay. FBA Chill Will says, cannot take this laying down. Enough is enough with shaming us. Janet is an icon who just lost another brother, right? Mm-hmm. And should not have been dissed like this. I'm with Janet. Right. I feel you on that.
With her, and it was disrespectful. I don't even recall, D.L. ever sending the family any condolences or anything. And a lot of these interviews, they're probably privy to the information before it comes out anyway. So they've already, got their attack dogs waiting in the wind, for when things, get released. And you notice they haven't posted anything else about this interview, just that one part.
Right. That's the only viral part of the video. And this is supposed to be, the Guardian covering Janet's comeback.
Right.
So this is a sabotage move here.
It was.
This was intended to sabotage her comeback. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, those of y'all who feel like how I feel and support Janet, even though we know she got to come out and make an apology and stuff like that. She got to play the game. That's expected. We know that. And I think she already did that, right? But
so she said it. They say that she has issued an apology, but that's through her spokesman. I don't think Janet apologized. Her people said they're sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They gotta play the game. But if y'all feel like how I feel and you rocking with Janet through this, man, Make sure y'all go stream her music. Go run them streams up on Janet's music. Let her know that we still rocking with her. She's not canceled, because they try to use their media to create reality out of whole cloth. Most people are not feeling like Janet should be canceled, even if they do think she said something disrespectful or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not a cancelable event for an icon like Janet Jackson.
No. And again, she was asked a question. She spoke on what she heard. She never accused her of not being Black. She never said she wasn't Black. It's just what I heard.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah, she got that bag out of old boy.
Clearly, she don't know her personally to know what she is or not.
Right. Marquis zoned out said, "Isn't Janet Jackson's husband Arab yep. separated?" Now they divorced. They divorced. She got that bag up out of him.
Oh yeah, she got a huge bag.
Yeah, she got that bag up out of him. 500 million or something like that, plus alimony and shit like that. Yeah, yeah. She pulled a Michael Jackson move right there.
Yeah, she did.
You know what I'm saying? That was a good. All she had to do was stay married for 5 years and have a child.
Yep.
And she was eligible. She was eligible for $500,000 plus some.
Right, and she filed divorce the day after that 5-year mark. By the way.
Yeah, yeah, that was a business move.
Right.
And we understand marriage is business. Marriage is supposed to be business.
Right.
So that was a business move right there. That's a fair exchange as far as I'm concerned. His child is royalty now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On both sides.
Right. He said she moonwalked away with the jackpot. So the interviewer said, "I'm floored at this point." After she made the comments about Kamala's father, she said, "I'm floored at this point. It's well known that Harris's father is a Jamaican economist, a Stanford professor who split from her Indian mother when she was 5. Quote, my mother understood very well that she was raising 2 Black daughters," Harris wrote in her book, In the Truth World. And so that's the other thing about, as far as Kamala acknowledging her Blackness, a lot of the instances that they point to, like the Breakfast Club interview and that quote right there from the book, those are the main 2 instances that her supporters point to of her acknowledging her Blackness. But both of those were when she was trying to win Black votes.
Right.
Both of those instances, she's on the Breakfast Club trying to appeal to a Black audience, running for president. Same thing with the book. That book came out a couple years ago, 2020 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like y'all bringing up stuff from way back in the days where she was acknowledging her Blackness. She only acknowledged it when it's politically expedient.
For her.
That's
for
it.
Herself. I mean, she definitely rode a couple of soul poles on her way up, but she definitely didn't marry one with her Black self.
So it says the people who are most vocal in questioning the facts about Harris's identity tend to be hardcore, K9 adjacent, Trump-loving conspiracy theories. That's not true. That's not true because the new Black media were the first people out here exposing who Kamala Harris really is, talking about her immigrant background and all of that stuff before she had any right-wing political opponents. And like I said before on this broadcast, I always give props to Professor Black Truth, because before they even pulled her out, he was exposing it. He was ahead of the curve, saying, yo, this gonna be the next melanated face that they're gonna try to put in front of y'all. Before they even did it, before she ever announced running for president or anything, he was already pointing her out. Watch out for this woman right here. And this is who she is. All of the stuff about Willie Brown, all of the stuff about, like I said, her immigrant background, her record as a prosecutor, and attorney general. He was exposing all of that stuff going back to like 2018, 2019, when Obama was still in office, right?
Was he still in office? Yeah. It is so mind-boggling.
2020, right?
All these supporters,
No.
where were
Trump came in
y'all?
2016. Trump came in 2016.
Where were they
Yeah.
at? Why didn't all these shillbillies and new supporters support her when she ran 3.5 years ago?
Say that.
She couldn't even make it to the primaries. Where was all this black girl magic, and black support then? Why would y'all pick the white
Listen,
man over her then?
that's what I'm saying. When she first ran for president, her campaign crashed and burned so quick. She got washed in the primaries.
Washed.
She was not popular at all. Now all of a sudden y'all trying to tell us she's some type of black history icon and all of this crap out of nowhere. Everybody all of a sudden is in love with her. She was the least popular vice president of all time.
Somebody.
But because y'all Weekend at Bernie's play wasn't going to go through, because if it wasn't for that debate between Trump and Joe Biden would still be the candidate right now. They was going to try to keep him at play. They was not even really trying to bring Kamala out like that. They was going to keep Joe Biden in there and act like, he still got all his marbles and shit. They was going to really pull a Weekend at Bernie's move on the American public. But he got exposed in that debate.
Do you think that this was part of their play too?
What's that?
Like, because he's been doing other interviews and stuff like that, not sounding as crazy, so was that a play to get her ahead? Because I don't think that they had, for a long time throughout this presidency, everybody kept saying, who's going to run next outside of Biden, because he wasn't faring well with people, obviously, due to Ukraine and other issues, right? And there's no other candidates. They have not cultivated any other candidates who can run against Trump. Who can run against Trump? And all of a sudden, he's seen now got medical issues, and we're gonna just forget about democracy, right? Because we never voted for this. She never went. Mm-hmm. She wasn't primaried or anything, and they just pushed her out there, and they told us this is who your Democratic candidate is going to be. We never had the choice.
Hold on. Let me get this out of here. I would say I don't think so. Dang. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do something here. Hold on. Let me turn this volume off. If I can. Shoot. Hold on, y'all. Dang. I gotta just close that out. Sorry. I was trying to do something at the same time. I don't think so, because at his recent appearance, I forgot what it was where he just appeared at, but his wife had to do all the talking for him. His wife had to basically hold the hearing for him. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, this was just like a couple days ago. I forgot what the hearing was about. Some state of something, some type of address. And they had a whole round table. And Jill Biden took the head of the table, and she conducted the whole entire meeting. And Joe Biden was just sitting off to the side. So I think he's really fried. I think he's really fried. It's like Trump was saying in the debate versus Kamala, does he even know he's still president right now? I don't know.
But Trump was calling him Sleepy Joe, a long ago. He's been Sleepy Joe like for a long time. So he hasn't just gotten sleepy. He's been sleeping.
Right. Shout out to my brother, Pastor Tony, in the building. What's going on, King? Right. But don't y'all remember when Joe Biden, when she debated Joe Biden in that first primary, and he was calling out her record as a prosecutor?
Yep. I remember those things, and her calling out the fact that she supports the women that were accusing him of sexual impropriety.
Yes.
So,
they was getting at each other.
Yep.
They was getting at each other in those primaries. And so Biden was saying what we're saying about her track record. He was saying what we're saying. But when we say it, we sound like MAGA.
Right. Right.
But Joe Biden was saying the same thing in the primaries, though, a couple years ago.
Yeah, we in some we're in this is a game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is a circus.
What I wanted to show y'all, man.
I want to talk about this bill that they got HR 7909.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if unless you've been hiding under a rock, so the white supremacists out here in what is that, Springfield, Ohio? They've been saying that a lot of Haitian immigrants out there have been eating some of their pets, cats, dogs, geese, all kind of stuff. Again, this has come directly from the white supremacists or suspected white supremacists in that area. They were showing up at town hall meetings, etc. They're the ones who put it out. All of a sudden, videos started to circulate online, about some Haitians eating animals, right? So all of a sudden, foundational Black Americans are the ones that's being accused of starting the rumor, I guess, if you will, or, clowning them about that, which we were not. Of course, we see the stuff. We're going to laugh about it because that's just what we do, in our community. Nonetheless, there is a bill. It's called Roll Call 429 or HR 7929. And basically, what this person is trying to do is, and that's the person that's pushing out this bill. I believe he's half Haitian, half Filipino. But he's trying to basically get what the Asians got during the COVID-19 anti-Asian hate crime bill. Well, that's what this HR 7909 is, but specifically for the Haitians. I thought we were all Black. We all was on the same boat. Some of us just went here and some of us just went there. Remember that?
Right. What's up, Kim? Appreciate you tapping in. Peace. What's going on, bro? Pedro, I see you. But yeah, they sure know how to act fast when it comes to everybody else. The minute any group other than foundational Black Americans get aggrieved, there is advocacy somewhere in office that is going to advocate for them immediately with bills and paperwork and action. Immediately. We've been going through hell for 400 years, ain't got near bills specific to us yet.
Not now.
It's been a couple of weeks since the debate, and they've been talking about, Haitian migrants supposedly eating whatever, and they already putting together this Haitian hate crime bill specifically to protect Haitians. And like you said, the propaganda is all being used to attack us, foundational Black Americans. Somehow, just like with the Asians, it's our fault.
Right.
So it was white supremacists going to shoot up these Asian parlors and stuff like that.
Right.
Black women getting beat up in the nail shops by Asians. But all of a sudden, when it was time to stop Asian hate, they kept showing black people assaulting Asians and all of that. Black people are the main anti-Asian haters.
Right.
And now they're saying the same thing with the Haitians.
Right.
It's insane.
Make it make sense.
Larry Law said there's some Haitians that said this is something that they do in their homeland and they should leave it in Haiti. I don't know.
Well, there was a guy who he called into one of Tariq's lives, not lives, but what do you call those spaces? He said he's born here, of course, but obviously he still has family there. He's visited there, etc. And he says that it is true. Sometimes they do it for voodoo purposes, but some of them also do eat it. He said this is not to clown anyone, but anyone who's saying that, they don't eat cats and dogs and stuff is being very disingenuous. Not to say all of them do that, because, it's not directed at all, but you do have a sector of them that do.
Right.
And this is from their own people.
I don't know what's going on out there in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? But People were reporting it. People were making those reports. It wasn't like something that Trump just made up, you know, off the top of his head. Like people were already talking about it on social media before the debate. That's another thing. They always try to attribute everything to Trump. When people are saying stuff, they always trying to say, "Oh, y'all must be MAGA. Y'all repeating right-wing talking points." People were already saying this before Trump got wind of it.
Right. Because those council meetings, those things are recorded. So people were complaining and correct, Black Votan. There's no study needed for the Haitians either. Let's just go straight to getting the bill passed. But yeah, all of this was circulated, you know, for days, if not a couple weeks or so before they had that debate. Remember the one that they caught on the body camera with the police officer arresting her in a driveway and she had been eating a cat?
Yeah. Now that one from what I've seen, I was in a different part of Ohio, and they said she wasn't a migrant. I don't know what her actual background is, but they were saying she was American. Doesn't mean she's a foundational Black American, but they said she had mental problems or something like that. You know, that like that was a separate thing supposedly. But I'm like, it's such a coincidence that comes out while all of this is going on. That video comes out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of weird. All that stuff is weird. But speaking of the debate, did y'all hear about who Kamala's debate coach was during that debate? Because a lot of people were talking about, you know, how the debate was lopsided, and you know, there was obviously more favorable toward Kamala, and you know, they didn't give her any pushback the way that they was giving Trump pushback. And one of her sorority sisters was one of the moderators and all of that stuff. But there was another conflict of interest that I didn't see anybody really pointing out like that. And so the woman who was Kamala's debate coach is a woman named Karen Dunn. Let me show y'all a picture of her. Hold on. Here. This woman here. Her name is Karen Dunn. Strong, a little strong in the face. A little strong in the face. But she's an attorney, I think. Hold on a second. So Karen Dunn, let me tell y'all a little bit about her. Karen Dunn, yes, she's a lawyer trusted by Kamala Harris and Google. Check the conflict of interest here. Trump campaign has called the close association of Google's attorney with Harris an obvious conflict of interest. And it ain't just Trump's campaign. I'm saying this too, goddammit. How does this work? The U.S. government is fighting a high-stakes legal battle against Google, which may result in the breakup of the tech giant to keep it from further monopolizing internet advertising. And so, side note, another thing that we didn't cover, they were talking about how on Google, the Democratic Party has been buying Google advertisement to basically make it look like it's coming from certain media outlets. So say you might be looking up a story about Kamala on Google, and the actual media outlets, whether it's, you know, like the Guardian or the Grio or whoever the actual media outlet is supposed to be, might be giving some real criticism to Kamala in the article. But what comes up when you Google it is an ad that's paid for by the Democrats, but it looks like it's an article from the Guardian. Wow. So it has the Guardian's logo on it and everything on there. So it looks like you're clicking on something that's from the Guardian, but it's actually a paid ad paid for by the Democrats to write favorable content about Kamala on Google. And this wasn't in breach of any rules. Google doesn't have any rules against doing that. And they say that companies use that loophole all the time, where they might have some negative reviews or whatever about a certain company, and they'll buy an advertisement using the likeness of the entity that's giving them the negative feedback, and write something positive about themselves, but make it look like it's coming from that same entity that you might be looking up on Google. So I don't know if y'all heard about that, but Y'all look up what I'm talking about. That was just a side note. Let me get back to telling y'all about her debate coach. So the U.S. government is fighting a high-stakes legal battle against Google, which may result in the breakup of the tech giant to keep it from further monopolizing internet advertising. But the close ties of Vice President Kamala Harris with big tech have given rise to suspicion that Google may just walk away with a mere slap on the wrist if she gets elected to the White House in November. The person at the center of these suspicions is Karen Dunn, the lead attorney representing Google in an epoch-defining antitrust case against the U.S. Department of Justice. So right now, our government's Department of Justice is in court fighting a battle against Google, and the same woman that's coaching Kamala Harris for her debate is representing Google against the United States in court. You can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. September 9th was the first day of the trial in which the U.S. government is seeking to hold Google accountable for using its dominant position on the internet to kill off all kinds of competition. But soon after making her opening statement on Monday during the mating hearing, Dunn stepped out of the Virginia courtroom in a hurry. Her rushed exit from the high-profile hearing, which would otherwise be considered a highlight in the career of any antitrust lawyer, was to volunteer her time to the Harris campaign. She's not even getting paid for it.
Right. Allegedly.
The payment is going to be, once Kamala gets elected, that slap on the wrist when they let Google off the hook. Because this case, they saying this case can make Google break up. This could break up Google, where they have to, become multiple separate entities instead of having this big conglomerate where they control, I don't know what percentage it is, but a large percent of the internet, search engines. Everybody uses Google more than any other search engine.
More than any other one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a monopoly that they have. And it's been proven that they suppress certain information that they don't want the public to know. Certain information is suppressed on Google intentionally.
So why isn't this being talked about even more?
That's what we're here for. We are the signal boosters of the new black media, family. That's what we're here for. They ain't going to tell you this on CNN. And just in case you think I'm making it up, y'all can go look it up yourself. The article I'm reading from is TRT World, and this came out 12 days ago. But yeah, her name is Karen Dunn. She's a lawyer for Google, and she is Kamala Harris's debate coach.
Hold on. So TMZ is reporting, this is breaking, Janet Jackson not walking back Kamala Harris comment despite reports. This is just right now. Janet Jackson, it says, let me open it back up really quick. Breaking news. It says, reps tell TMZ Mo, however you say his last name, has absolutely no connection to her manager, or her brother Randy. Janet Jackson walking back previous comments she made about Kamala Harris, admitting the VP is actually black, and her remarks were based on misinformation. Janet Jackson's manager clarified claims that Harris' father was actually no, we ain't on that part. During the interview with the Guardian, okay, let me get down to where she ain't walking it back, because they're just reading basically what we already read on air. It says, of course, rumors and comments about the race really kicked off at the end of July when our presidential opponent, Donald Trump, claimed that she turned black for political gain, sparking a national conversation about race, blah, blah, blah. We received, nothing. They said they reached out to her for comment and no answer. So I don't know what they talking about. They're saying, basically, breaking news, despite Kamala Harris's comments, or despite reports, Janet Jackson is not walking back the comments. So I don't know what this is about, because they haven't said nothing in this article other than what we already said.
Okay. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit, because the Daily Beast put out a lie, if that's the
Right.
case.
Yeah.
TMZ is saying that the Daily Beast has a headline that says Janet Jackson apologizes for Kamala Harris.
Right.
She deeply, this is a quote, she deeply respects Kamala Harris and her accomplishments as a Black and Indian woman, a spokesperson for Jackson said. And so this spokesperson that they're referring to is the Mo person.
Right. And it's also on
It
Fox
says
News
singer
too.
Janet Jackson apologized through a representative for claiming Vice President Harris, who is Black, is not Black. Which she never claimed, by the way.
Right.
So they just lying on top of lying in this article.
To stir up shit.
Because that was never Janet Jackson's claim. Janet Jackson was saying what she heard.
You're breaking up.
Okay, they're just saying the same stuff over. Okay. Da-da-da. She also once joked when asked if she'd ever smoked marijuana. Half my family is Jamaican. Are you kidding me? Yeah, and her father gave her backlash for that stupid ass comment. Her own father wasn't feeling that.
So,
and so they keep just mentioning that she's Jamaican as if being Jamaican automatically makes someone Black.
Right. Remember that Asian woman that was in Jamaica
am I
who was
breaking up or
claiming that
something?
she was Jamaican? You were, but not now. Remember the viral videos that was going on with that Asian woman in Jamaica? How she was talking about she was Jamaican? She was born there. She spoke patois and all that stuff. Like, so just because someone is born there, or that doesn't make them Black, though. You know what I'm saying? You have Asians there that were born there.
Jamaica is not a race.
It's not a race.
Yeah. Her I was in the Matrix for a minute there. I know. When I open up these articles, they be sending me into the Matrix. But I should be back now, though.
You're fine. You're fine now. You see that Fox News is reporting it too. They're saying that Janet Jackson's Sunday apology for recent comments about Vice President Kamala Harris was reportedly not authorized. So she ain't said shit.
Right. So they try to do some PR for her, and she like, no, I said what I said.
Right.
I said she's standing on business.
Said, though. It was clear.
Janet's standing on business. Now again, I won't be apologize. I won't be apologize. I don't even know what that means, y'all. But I won't be surprised if she do come out with an actual apology herself. I won't be surprised.
What, though?
Not because she did anything wrong, but we just know how it is when you in that business. Everybody around you, all of your handlers, in order for you to be able to do business and further your career, it's a liberal ran business. You know what I'm saying? It's ran by the Democrats. The music industry, Hollywood. That's easy for us to say. You know what I'm saying? But obviously she's coming out with new music and stuff like that. She got things that she's trying to get done. And so she has to navigate that system. And so, she might not she might not really be sorry, but that don't mean she's not gonna come out and say that.
Janet is 58 years old, been in this business since she was a child. Girl, sit your ass down and eat off your alimony check and call it a day.
If she still want to do her thing, she still could do her thing.
She can. She can put out stuff independently. You don't need them. You're Janet.
I don't know her I don't know what her paperwork looked like, what her business dealings is and all of that, but I'm pretty sure somebody got her on some paperwork somewhere. Janet, I'm pretty sure she's not just a free agent out here, can do whatever she wants like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they play that paperwork.
They can lock you in with that.
Yeah, they play that paperwork game on you. That paperwork game ain't no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is I understand if she do take that route, I ain't gonna be mad at her. I get it. That's all I'm saying. I know how she really feel though. I support how she really feel. But I ain't mad at nobody playing the game and doing what they got to do, because they do it with us. You know what I'm saying? The people in the dominant society, when they offend black people or whatever, and they got to come out and do an apology, that should be fake.
Right.
They ain't really sorry. They don't mean that shit.
I called him a nigger, but I didn't mean it. I don't
Right.
know why I said it. Because there's not a racist bone in my body. I have a black friend.
Right. Right. So Janet could do the same thing, goddammit. Janet could do the same thing. But damn, I just lost my I had something I wanted to bring up. What was I about to say to y'all? Oh yeah, we still talking about Kamala's blackness and all of that, right? Here's the interesting thing about Kamala's Jamaican background, y'all. Her Jamaican family, like I said, her father, to me, he clearly has some type of black Jamaican in him, but he also does descend from Irish slave owners, and whatever the name of the parishes that they come from. And the most interesting thing is the town that they grew up in, that her father's family is from, it's called Smithtown, I think it's called. Smithtown, Jamaica. This town is named after the Irish slave owning ancestor. The town that her family still lives in to this day is named after her family member. Her entire family on her father's side are landowners and they are business owners. So it's not like she come from Kingston,
Right.
one of these impoverished parishes out there. It's not like she's from Tivoli Gardens somewhere in Jamaica, been through the trenches or nothing. Her family are landowners and business owners for generations, going back to their great-great-grandparents, all the way going back to that Irish slave owner. So, in the Caribbean, they did things a little bit different than how they were done here in America. In America, if you were the child of a slave owner, you was just another nigga. You'd be right out in the fields picking cotton with everybody else.
Exactly.
You might be a house slave, some of the lighter ones. You might have been a house slave here and there, whatever the case may be. But some of the house slaves got the worst treatment. You know what I'm saying? The people that were inside the house up under these white supremacists all day long, they got some of the worst treatment. Those were some of the main runaways. Those were some of the main ones revolting and burning down the goddamn plantations and all that. The ones that were living in the house were some of the main ones doing that. And so in Jamaica and other places in the Caribbean, they did things a little bit differently because a lot of times the plantation owners, they still lived in Europe. They would travel to the Caribbean. And so when they would be going back and forth on these voyages, they needed to leave people behind that could run the plantation for them. That's where the mulatto children came into play. So when they had these mulatto children with their bed winches, literal bed winches, when they had these mulatto children, they would treat those children like family. Those children that's how they got all of these color cast systems out there, where that's why people use all this bleaching cream and shit, because the lighter you are, it's not just like over here when they talk about colorism. The most thing you get out of being light skinned over here is probably you're a higher choice in the dating pool. You got a lot of niggas out here that prefer light skinned women. You know what I'm saying? And light skinned niggas be having they run. When the DeBarges was hot and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Light skinned niggas be having they run. Light skinned women, they get more media shine and stuff like that. But in those societies, there's actual benefits and privileges that come from being lighter skinned and having finer hair. You're actually a higher ranked citizen in the caste systems over there. So it comes from that, going all the way back to slavery with those mulatto children, while the slave owner, the plantation owner, was back in Europe handling whatever business they had to handle back in Europe. Those mulatto children were there to run the plantation. They were the overseers. So they felt like they were part of the family. That's why they have such an affinity to the queen and all of that shit to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we saw that when she died.
Right. So her family, her father's family comes from that. They got some black in them, yeah, whatever, but they come from that mulatto class. They are higher up on the caste system, and we know this because of their economic status. They're landowners, and they own the same land that the slave plantation owner owned. It's called Smithtown. That's where her whole family is at to this day. Smithtown. Y'all go look up what I'm saying.
And they ain't smoking like that in Smithtown.
They still own the businesses out there. They still own land out there. They're growing produce and stuff like that out there. They're producers. They're in the producer class. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't just come over here. Her dad didn't just come over here dirt poor with 2 nickels to run together,
right?
And just came up. No, he came from a privileged citizenship class in his homeland where they were able to send him over here to a prestigious school. Like, what was it, Princeton that he went to? I think it was Princeton or one of those Ivy League schools that he went to study economics. He became an economist. You know what I'm saying? So either way you want to slice it, she ain't like us
at all.
That's some cold white supremacy there in Jamaica. To boldly named the town after the slave master. Well, yeah, we got that here too. You know that.
Yeah.
You know a lot of places here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these towns and streets and
schools,
counties. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got that here, but we knew what it was. We weren't told that we were a part of the family because we was a little bit light skinned.
Right.
We didn't inherit none of that land or none of that property or nothing that we still own to this day. They own that land and that property to this day, her family. Right. Dade County, bunch of them. Then they all of these shits. If it ain't named after some native Indian tribe or something, it's usually named after one of these white supremacists. Georgetown and all of these places. They named after the Europeans.
Exactly.
They named after places in Europe. New York, New Jersey, New England, all of these places. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what they do. That's what they do wherever they go and colonize new places. That's the first thing they do is start naming things.
Yeah.
Whatever the original name was that the native people called it is irrelevant. They say, nah, this is such and such land now. You know what I mean? That's the reason why what we're doing by naming ourselves Foundational Black Americans is a power move. Because that's the first sign of power when you're able to start labeling things and naming things and making other people adhere to the label that you gave it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they hate it. Yeah.
I just wanted to give y'all that little bit of history on her Jamaican family since they want to keep throwing that out there. And y'all go look up what I said.
Are we done with Kamala?
Did y'all see did y'all see y'all's favorite rapper endorse Kamala Harris?
I didn't see it on his page.
I
had to go. I went on X. I went on Instagram. I was like, I want to see it myself. I see people posting it, but I haven't seen it on his pages. Not that we give a damn.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even bother to look. I just assumed it was true. Is this even true?
I did because I saw it on Facebook first on one of them, blogs or whatever. So I was like, let me go over there. Yeah. And then I came on Instagram and I saw it on Willie D's page. So I was like, instantly, let me go straight to his page. I checked his stories, I checked posts, I went to X. That ain't there.
Maybe it ain't true.
Yeah, I
just assumed it was true.
Saying. I want to see it from you again. Not that it matters because he don't have no pull in FBA society like that. You know what I'm saying? Like He doesn't influence us to do anything. So yeah, I didn't see it, to be honest. I went on X as well as Instagram, and it's not there.
Right.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well, out there in your neck of the woods, out there in LA. Gangs within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are banned with the new policy.
Come on, how you ban them?
I said, okay, so y'all got a new policy in 2024. Am I good? Is my audio good?
Yeah, I'm laughing because it's laughable.
Yeah, y'all got a new policy in 2024 banning sheriff deputy gangs. So that means it was okay before? It was okay all this time.
Right. And what about
Everybody
the
was fine
ones
with
that
it.
were already in there with the matching tattoos and stuff? What happened with them? They get
It,
to
it
stay?
wasn't. It wasn't. There was no rules against it. There was no rules against it until now. Before, up until now, it's been fair game. You've always been allowed to have gangs inside the LA Police Department, Sheriff's Department. That's always been allowed up until now. They finally made a rule where you can't do that no more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this world, man. Oh man, and they be talking about how we got to stop talking about racism, and that was so much back in the days, and all this other shit.
This shit is
You
right
got
now.
anti-black deputy gangs in one of the most notorious police departments in the country,
Right.
openly.
Jeffrey Dorner tried to expose them. Come on.
It's not Jeffrey.
I mean, it's
What's his
not Jeffrey.
name?
Where I get Jeffrey? But Dorner, y'all know Dorner.
Chris. I think it's Chris Dorner. You messed me up with the Jeffrey
Christopher
thing.
Dorner. Where I get Jeffrey from? Anyway, Dorner, he tried to expose them, and he tried to do everything the right way by reporting it to his supervisors. He went up the different chains of commands, to make sure that things was done right and fairly. And you see what they did to him.
I didn't hear about that. They said he said, could that be behind that sheriff offing that judge? I didn't hear about that.
No, this
Sheriff
was
killed the judge out
which
there?
was going on. Remember the ex-chief here, Villanueva? Him, he was on the
Yes.
stand. He kept pleading the fifth and all this stuff or whatever. He really wouldn't admit that there was the gangs in there. So once he got ousted, you got the new sheriff, the chief, something Luna. I can't think of his first name, but basically he's coming in with this new BS, to pretend like he's cleaning it up. That's all this is, to pretend that he's cleaning it up.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on like for 4 or 5 years, longer than that as far as the gangs being in here, but I think people are talking about it, complaining about it, the things where the tattoos have started showing up in the news and things like that. That's been about 5 years.
Right, Black Voltron. Notice there's no continuing criminal organization charges or convictions with the sheriff's or police department. Right. They're just
Where
they're
they
gonna make
charges.
a rule. They're gonna make a rule, but ain't nobody getting charged with nothing.
No, nobody's been arrested.
Right. Those charges are reserved for Negroes. Those are Negro charges. Y'all ain't know that? It's a 2-tier system. You know what I mean? We ain't talk about the Diddy situation, but that's what's going on with the Diddy situation right now. You know what I mean? All these racketeering criminal enterprises charges that they throwing on that man and denying him bail and all this other stuff. They don't do that shit with white folks.
Mm-mm. And all they're gonna do is they're just not gonna get tattoos anymore. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But juxtapose what we see happening with Diddy right now with Hugh Hefner, because they basically was doing the same damn thing.
Same thing.
Diddy wasn't doing nothing different than what Hugh Hefner was doing all these years, and that nigga's a whole icon.
A whole icon that died in peace. He had Brooke Shields in Playboy magazine nude at 10 years old. She was 10 years old when she posed.
That's
Brooke
crazy.
Shields was 10 years old in Playboy in the nude. It was a bathroom scene at that. At 10 years old. Insane.
And y'all talking about some damn baby oil.
Right. Like,
let's
talk about that. And he was able to die in peace.
Right. Still celebrated.
Well, now they have these Netflix specials. Now the bunnies or whatever, the women who were his girlfriends and stuff like that. Now that he's dead and gone, now y'all want to start talking about how you guys were forced to stay there and all the things you were made to do, and he was just such a monster.
Oh, they got a documentary about that?
It's on Netflix.
Oh.
It's on Netflix.
So they're trying to get a bag.
Now they trying to. Now it's I don't have anything else going on, so let me profit off his name. He's
Yeah, I done
dead
hit the
now, so I
wall.
can call him a monster.
I'm gonna hit the wall. I can't pull these titties out no more. So let me see how I can
Right.
get a bag out this estate.
Exactly.
Okay. I got it.
Exactly.
Got it.
Hey.
But listen, y'all, we getting ready to get up out of here, man.
Not
Y'all
yet.
make
One
sure.
more. One
What's
more.
up?
Michael
What's
Blackson.
up?
Michael Blackson. I'm not letting us go without Michael Blackson. No. Heck no. We are going to talk about Michael Blackson getting scammed in Ghana, his homeland, because everybody keeps talking about the right to a bowl. You know what I'm saying? We need to, they is us. Ain't that what Steve Harvey said? Or we is them, whatever he was saying. All that clown shit, and what we've been talking about in the new black media, how you cannot go over there without a bag. They're not fucking with you. Especially when we say you, we mean us really as foundational Black Americans. They're talking about come over there, build and stuff like that. Well, you're not going over there without a bag in your hand. So Michael Blackson he went over there to his homeland, Ghana, to build a school. He wanted to build a school. He revealed that he purchased Euro bonds to fund his school, the Michael Blackson Academy in Ghana. I don't know how to say the last name. Saba, but has encountered difficulties in recouping his investments. According to him, the Eurobonds were intended to sustain the school over his lifetime. However, he laminated. Ghana decided to use our money to pay their debt to China or whoever and
Wow.
leave us hanging. Wow.
Nigga went over there and got finessed.
Got finessed by his own nigga. It's
God
not funny, but it's
damn.
funny. It's not
No,
funny, but it's funny.
it's so ironic. It's so ironic
Right.
because the truth is, and one of my partners, he's not from Ghana, he's from Nigeria. But he told me the same thing, that they treat them the same way. Not just foundational Black Americans, but even the like the anchor babies that were born here, they look at them different too when they go back home. They treat them like a cottage too. You know what I'm saying? You go back home, they looking at you like a meal too.
Is it
Like you
because they don't
are
have an
outsider
accent?
too. Especially if they don't got an accent, because that's what my man was telling me. He said he would have to let his mother do all the talking for him everywhere that they went, because the minute he opened his mouth, they on him. They on him. He a victim. You know what I'm saying? So he would have to let his mother do all the talking for him. Crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, but
man.
yeah. I
And
don't
we
want to
hear
hear
all the
shit.
time. We hear all the time about a lot of Black people going back to Africa, particularly Ghana.
It's particularly
to,
Ghana. Yeah.
to buy land and to build and do all of this other stuff, getting finessed out their paper,
Or
man.
murdered.
We hear these stories all the time. Or murdered.
Or murdered. Come
Right.
on now. The two women.
Right. These are real stories, man, that we be hearing this stuff all the time. And so now one of their own, Michael Blackson, is putting them on blast. They done took his money to pay their debt to China.
That's crazy.
They don't give a damn about them kids. You out there trying to build a school, do something good. They don't give a damn about them kids. They like, please, thank you, nigga.
Right. So I guess he ain't gonna go back, huh?
He said he's suing. He said he's suing them.
Over the last few years, good luck with that. Over the last few years, he had a bunch of video of him and his Asian woman, going over there. Obviously, I thought he was going there to do comedy, or I don't know, see family, but he had been traveling back and forth to Ghana for a while. Obviously, I didn't know he was trying to build a school. He wasn't, posting, what he was doing there, but he was getting finessed the whole time.
Yeah. I don't even follow Michael Blackson like that, so I don't know. Well, but like Star pointed out, not only Michael Blackson took an L this week, but Michael Eric Dyson took an L this week also.
Yes. Oh, wasn't he explaining?
So y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, Michael Eric Dyson and a panel, they was having a panel, I think on CNN, or MSN, one of them.
Yeah, I think it was CNN.
And there was a couple of Republicans up there and a couple of Democratic shills up there. And they kept calling Kamala Harris, they kept calling her Kamala. And Michael Eric Dyson was having a fit about them mispronouncing her name and talking about how racist they are and all of this other stuff. And the white woman that he was going in on the show, he slid up in her DMs after the fact, because they went and took a picture together. They went and took a picture together and all that. And he slid up in her DMs talking about how good they look together. And, you know.
And he was talking about some don't tell nobody and all this stuff. Yeah, you knew what you was doing. He
was trying to shoot his shot with the Karen.
Right.
And she put him on blast. She put him on blast. At like wasn't it like a congressional hearing or something?
Some kind of hearing. She printed out the screenshots and like had them all up there. You was in my DM talking about how good we look together and telling me to shush and blah blah. He came out explaining.
I didn't even hear his explanation. What did he say?
Yeah, he did a live video. Let me explain what happened. So
was that a context?
Yeah, it was blown out of context because she's on one side and I'm on one side, and sometimes we do have to come together. And I was just being funny, and no, you weren't.
Man,
yeah,
you wasn't in the comment section. You wasn't in the comment section, nigga. You was in the DMs.
And the DM. It goes down in the DM.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, live your truth, my nigga.
Right.
Live your truth, my nigga. You wanted some of that vanilla, some of that mayo. Live your truth, homie.
That was funny.
I ain't even see none of the niggas playing it, but I could imagine now Michael Eric Dyson using 15-letter words, 19-syllable words and shit, trying to explain. I could just imagine. That's funny. But yeah, the ancestors is doing their thing on these shills.
Yes, man. They are.
The shills can't keep it together. Shout out to the ancestors, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. All right, so that's it, right? That's it for today, I think.
Yeah, that's it for today.
Shout out to Natural Immunity in the building. I see you got the Eric B. and Rakim. What's that? Okay, it look like you got the Paid in Full album cover, the Illmatic album cover. It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. And I think the Return to 36 Chambers. That looked like my old bedroom wall back in the days. That looked like my bedroom back in like 95, 94. You know what I'm saying? All them posters right there. Shout out to you. And by the way, y'all make sure y'all go check out the freestyle I did. It's on the YouTube channel, Sincere Love to God. Lost Forever freestyle. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Click the like button on that joint. Leave some comments on the joint. Let me know what y'all think. Me and RPB is gonna be releasing new music soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. Also, we're gonna be on Viral Hip Hop News. Y'all know the brothers Sam Ant and those guys over on Viral Hip Hop News. Let me make sure that's the correct name for the channel. Yeah, Viral Hip Hop News channel. Most of y'all should be familiar with them. They had a lot of prominent people. They had Andrew Wyatt over there recently talking about the Diddy situation. Judge Joe Brown been on there a few times. Vicky Dillard been up there. You know what I'm saying? They got a real good channel over there. But y'all make sure y'all go check them out. Subscribe to their channel. Me and my brother RP gonna do an interview with them soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. And like I said, y'all stay tuned for some new music as well.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that does it for today's episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students. And signal boosters for the voices of the new black media. Peace and black love. We out of here.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.